Tonight on Coronation Street update. One spontaneous kiss has just detonated across Weatherfield, and the fallout may already be spiraling out of control. Because Idris Nasir isn't arriving on Coronation Street to quietly settle in. He's arriving to disrupt, to provoke, to dominate. And after one electric moment with Leanne Battersby, the entire street may never feel the same again. Welcome back to Coronation Street Update, the home of explosive Corey spoilers, emotional breakdowns, hidden clues, and the psychological drama hiding beneath the cobbles. And tonight's storyline feels incredibly dangerous. Not because of romance alone, because of what Idris represents. Power, control, confidence. The kind of presence that changes the emotional temperature of every room he walks into. And that's exactly why his arrival could become catastrophic for Weatherfield. From the moment Idris walks into Speed Doll, there's tension. Not loud tension. Controlled tension. The kind carried by people who know exactly how influential they can become. Viewers instantly see it. This man watches everything. Calculates everything. Measures people within seconds. And then Leanne enters the picture. A woman carrying years of emotional wreckage beneath her tough exterior. Betrayal from Nick. Humiliation involving Toya. The devastating loss of Oliver. A lifetime of heartbreak buried beneath sarcasm and survival instincts. Most people see Leanne as fiery, but Idris sees something else entirely. Strength. And that changes everything psychologically. Because when someone feels emotionally overlooked for years, being truly seen can become dangerously intoxicating. Especially by someone as confident and composed as Idris. But then everything changes. A confrontation erupts involving a group refusing to pay their bill. Most people hesitate. Leanne doesn't. She takes control instantly. Sharp words. No fear. No backing down. And Idris watches her carefully. Not like a man impressed by beauty. Like a man studying power. That distinction matters. Because this storyline doesn't feel built on fantasy. It feels built on recognition. Two forceful personalities identifying something dangerous in each other. And what happens next is explosive. The pair meet later in the Rovers. The atmosphere shifts immediately. There's humor, challenge, chemistry. But underneath it all, a subtle psychological game begins unfolding. Leanne openly admits they're opposites. She's emotional, fiery, reactive. Idris appears calm, controlled, level-headed. But honestly, that calmness feels deeply unsettling. Because some of the most dangerous people aren't explosive. They're disciplined. And Idris wastes no time proving how fearless he really is. Without warning, he kisses her. Suddenly, confidently, like a man completely certain the moment belongs to him. And Leanne responds. That single decision may become the beginning of absolute chaos. Because Idris isn't simply charming. According to producer Kate Brooks, he has a ruthless streak. A man willing to get his hands dirty when necessary. And that line changes the entire storyline. Because now viewers aren't asking whether Idris likes Leanne. They're asking what Idris truly wants. Power, influence, control, escape, reinvention, or something much darker. And that's when things take a darker turn. Because underneath Idris's charm lies a complicated emotional history. He was raised by a single mother. A strong woman he deeply admired. And according to actor Junaid Khan, Leanne reminds Idris of her. First, that sounds touching. Heartwarming even. But psychologically, it may be much more complicated than that. Because people who grow up idolizing strength often become obsessed with controlling it. Protecting it. Testing it. Possessing it. And suddenly Idris's attraction toward Leanne feels layered with emotional intensity that could become dangerous incredibly quickly. Especially because Leanne herself is emotionally vulnerable in ways she barely admits. She's been carrying resentment toward Nick and Toya for years. A resentment built from stolen futures and broken trust. And Idris arrives precisely at the moment she wants to feel powerful again. Wanted again. Chosen again. That timing feels almost too perfect. But that may not be the whole truth. Because producers are already teasing that Idris will clash with Weatherfield's alpha personalities almost immediately. And honestly, that feels inevitable. Because men like Idris don't blend into communities. They challenge hierarchies. Every interaction becomes territorial. Every disagreement becomes dominance. Every conversation becomes strategy. And Coronation Street has a long history of exposing exactly what happens when charismatic outsiders push too hard. Eventually, someone pushes back harder. The terrifying part is that Idris doesn't seem intimidated by conflict at all. In fact, he may enjoy it. That possibility changes everything. Because if Idris thrives under pressure, then every future confrontation becomes more dangerous. Especially if Leanne becomes emotionally invested before his darker side fully emerges. And viewers know how this street works. Nobody arrives carrying this much confidence without eventually making enemies. The question is, how many enemies can Idris create before Weatherfield finally turns against him? Because already the warning signs are there. The charm, the ruthlessness, the calculated confidence, the emotional intensity, the ability to instantly command attention. Those traits can build empires or destroy lives. And if Idris truly believes he can outplay everyone around him, he may be walking directly into a disaster he cannot control. Especially on a street where secrets never stay buried forever. One thing is absolutely certain. Leanne Battersby's life just changed dramatically. Whether that becomes salvation or devastation may depend entirely on who Idris Nasir really is beneath the charm. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to Coronation Street Update for daily Corey spoilers, emotional deep dives, hidden storyline clues, and explosive fan theories from the cobbles. Guys, trust me, Idris is only getting started.